small group tours, local experiences, behind-the-scenes access. Viator has spent decades finding activities in over 1,500 destinations around the globe because we believe vacations are called vacations for a reason. Your only job should be to choose between the Pinot Grigio and the Sangiovese. Decisions, decisions. Viator. Travel with an insider.
Traveling to Europe is about more than the destination. It's the journey. It's discovering new experiences. It's history and culture. It's awakening all 5 senses. Ama Waterways River Cruises.
Perillo Tours, helping Americans explore Italy since 1945.
I'm Kathy McCabe. In this series, we'll meet the authentic characters, uncover the hidden treasures, and discover what makes Italy the most fascinating country in the world. Join me as we dream of Italy. No, it's not a threat. To 18th century travelers, it was a call to action. Naples' grandeur and beauty was an exclamation point to the Grand Tour, the original bucket list city. Founded by Greeks more than 2,500 years ago, Naples remains one of the great cities of Europe. Its strategic location along a magnificent bay has beckoned waves of conquerors and rulers. Romans, Normans, French, and Spaniards all coveted and controlled it. Each left their own influence on the people, the architecture, and the language. Today, however, this bustling city suffers from a needlessly negative reputation. It shouldn't. Dive in. The water's perfect. Italy is the home of espresso and cappuccino. And every Italian takes pride in their local brew. Massimiliano Rosati, the owner of Naples' historic Gran Caffè Gambrinus, offers his unbiased opinion.
The coffee in Naples is the best because maybe it's the water. I think that it's not only the water, but it's the air of Naples. And it's a kind of energy that there is in the city.
So, is that energy the source of the coffee's greatness? Or is the coffee the fuel for a vibrant city?
There is a little bit difference between espresso and espresso Napolitan. It's strong, it has a big heart.
Not content to wake up Naples with mere espresso, Caffè Gambrinus has developed a wickedly strong drink called the cremina. Every morning, a fiendish mix of espresso, sugar, and milk is whipped up. Then it's blended with a fresh shot of espresso. The result is a super sweet, ultra-caffeinated drink that keeps the city going at top speed. Naples' day starts in the cafe, and it is here where Neapolitans have their first opportunity to present una bella figura. So what's that?
Question of attitude. Whenever you move, whenever you speak, whenever you touch something, that's the bella figura.
And this man should know. He is Mariano Rubinacci, the head of the family-run Rubinacci tailoring business. They specialize in men's bespoke suits, a craft with deep roots in the city.
Naples has been a capital, and as all the capitals had a cart, and the cart needs to be nicely wear like the king.
Although the kings are gone, the craftsmanship survives, and the Neapolitan suit has developed a distinctive style.
We make the construction very soft, very natural. People love this very soft constructions, in contrast with the British one that is a little more hard, a little more military style. We are very relaxed because the Neapolitan attitude is very relaxed with the sunshine and all the feeling of the sea. And
Above the showroom, the Rubinacci tailors work hard to make this relaxed style. It takes an average of 40 to 50 hours to sew just a single jacket. And it takes years for a tailor to learn the craft. A bespoke men's suit is made to fit only one man and to bring out the very best in him.
Bella figura is not only a question of the customer. Tutta la manica.
Quindi questo aumenta pure un po'.
Esatto. Oh. We have to emphasize and to minimize to make a nice proportion. There is all a question of balance.
And just as the quest for una bella figura is all about achieving balance, so too is balance the key to the most Neapolitan of all foods, pizza.
C'è bisogno di conoscenza degli ingredienti ed equilibrio della somma degli ingredienti, perché quando noi percepiamo un gusto dobbiamo percepire tutti i vari ingredienti. La pizza napoletana è un'espressione del territorio, è una storia che ha 300 anni. Fatta una marinara qua, è una margherita bianca. È un impasto, non mi piace povero, è un impasto popolare, è fatto di ingredienti molto semplici, come la mozzarella di bufala, come il pomodoro San Marzano e come l'olio d'oliva extravergine d'oliva.
He also runs a small pizza making school where students spend up to a month learning the craft from master pizzaioli. The students take their studies very seriously.
Devi mantenere il collo della cabina, qua non stiamo ammazzando i punti, ok? Devi creare massa, appoggiare la forma sopra e spingere l'impasto. Che sta giocando a tennis? No.
Today, the lesson is on how to form the perfect ball of dough. Some of the students are better than others.
Non state troppo alzati con le spalle, dovete stare rilassati, dovete lavorare nella maniera più rilassata possibile. Devono lavorare solo le braccia. Cosa stai creando? Che cos'è questo coso?
Stavo partito male.
Girati, crea la massa, appoggia la mano sopra e spingi.
Looking for a challenge, I decide to give it a try.
No!
Needless to say, it is not easy.
Vedi?
I can do it.
Qua?
Uno. Due.
No!
I'm not going to be a pizzaiolo.
1, 2. 1, 2. Ok, vai.
First, the tomato.
1, no, devi mettere al centro.
Oh, in the middle.
Vai, girare.
And pushing around.
Devi girare così.
And pushing, okay.
Ok, metti mozzarella. Va bene, vai,
Putting
vai.
little pieces. Vai. I need to be faster if I'm going to be a
Fast,
pizzaiolo.
fast. Pecorino.
Pecorino.
Un altro po', è troppo poco.
Troppo. Allora?
Ok.
È buono.
Gira.
Gira. Put it all
Bene.
around.
Metti basilico. Vai. Va bene.
Va bene. And next,
Perfetto.
final, the oil.
Olio, non molto. Vediamo. Gira. Ok, stop. Bene. Allora, adesso ci sta Massimo.
Oh,
1,
2, 3.
3. Ci sei?
Sì.
1, 2,
Tre.
3. Ok.
Brava.
Vai.
Ok.
Vai,
ready?
piano.
Piano,
Qua.
piano.
Vai. Perfetto.
Oh, high five.
Grazie.
Hey. Can I get my piece?
The results are delicious.
Più napoletana.
Io, sì.
Tucked deep inside Naples' old quarter, the Via San Gregorio Armeno is home to a cluster of artisans who make small terracotta and wooden figurines. The area is famous for its traditional Christmas crèches, but over the years the subjects have expanded to include earthy peasant scenes and celebrity caricatures. Inside the Cesarini workshop, sculptor Luigi Cesarini oversees a 130-year-old family business. They handcraft all the sculptures themselves, painstakingly carving and painting each piece. It is a true folk art, a tradition that is alive and well in this ancient city. Naples is framed by the dramatic curve of the bay and the dome volcano that looms over the city, Vesuvius. In 79 AD, it destroyed the nearby town of Pompeii, sealing its residents in a dense layer of ash. In a matter of minutes, 16,000 people were killed. Over the last 300 years, Vesuvius has erupted 18 times, most recently in 1944. Although technically dormant, the volcano is most definitely just biding her time. Local guide Roberto Addeo explains.
The scientists, they say that this is one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world. A lot of people, they just don't think about the volcano. They see the shape of Vesuvius, but they just think it stays like this forever. Vesuvius is a young volcano, only 25,000 years old, and there is a lot of magma trapped inside. So there is no reason why the volcano shouldn't erupt again.
What makes Vesuvius so dangerous is that it sits in the middle of a densely populated region of more than 4 million people. And the area immediately around the volcano, known as the Red Zone, is home to over 700,000.
Everybody living inside this area that goes for like 4 miles radius around the volcano, where we have 24 towns and 3 boroughs, the eastern part of Naples. So everybody living in this area will have to go away before the eruption will start.
So why would people continue to live here? What draws them to live beneath such a deadly force?
The Romans, they used to call this area, the big plain that we have around the volcano, Campania Felix. That means the happy fields, because this area is covered with an average of 300 feet of volcanic ashes. They are very, very rich in minerals.
It turns out that Vesuvius doesn't just destroy, she gives life as well.
One side is very dangerous for the life of the people, but on the other hand is very good for other things like the agriculture. The area is very nice, and the climate is so good, so that's why the people, they don't want to go away.
It's been 70 years since the last explosion. The question is not if, but when. Along the slopes of the mountain, a local musical group pays homage to a sculpture of the Virgin Mary that was nearly destroyed by Vesuvius hundreds of years ago.
Fu trovata dopo l'ultima eruzione del Vesuvio solo la testa e fu portata a Napoli.
When the sculpture was repaired and returned to its home, bonfires were lit to show the way, and a festival was born. Over the years, the tradition died out. But Lucio's grandfather, while a prisoner of war, vowed to revive it if he ever made it back home.
Tornò e con 3-4 amici sempre della zona e la prima cosa che fece andò a piedi a castello, al santuario, e con la lingua a terra entrò in chiesa, dicendogli grazie. E iniziò la tradizione. Oggi, 2014, io, Lucio Albano, suo nipote, fino alla morte la porterò avanti.
Forza! Forza! Musica! Musica! Ale! Quanto è bello chi va per festa! E io porto sciure bella la festa!
With the discovery of the ruins of Pompeii and Herculaneum in the late 18th century, travelers on the Grand Tour ventured away from Naples to the magnificent landscape of the Amalfi Coast. 30 miles south of Naples and Mount Vesuvius, this coastline lures visitors with its plunging cliffs, gentle climate, and jewel-like villages. And the road that links them, known as the Amalfi Drive, is an engineering marvel that defies logic and sometimes good sense. A playground of the rich and famous since Roman times, this coast is also agriculturally rich, and it benefits from Vesuvius's frequent explosions in some unexpected ways. In the tiny town of Tremonti, the volcano is responsible for a remarkable viticultural legacy. In the 19th century, European grapevines were struck by a small insect called phylloxera. The bug devastated the continent, and within 15 years, up to 90% of its vines were destroyed. After numerous attempts to replant the vines failed, researchers discovered the solution. Graft the European vines onto immune American rootstock. And to this day, the vast majority of European grapes are grown this way. But here at Tenuta San Francesco, a rare pocket of pre-phylloxera vines has survived.
These vines are 500 years old.
Raffaella Bove's family co-owns the winery.
In our soil, we have 2-3 meters of pumice stones that arrive from the Vesuvio.
So why is that important?
Because the phylloxera is an insect that attaches the superficial roots of the vines and can't live with volcanic rocks, volcanic stones.
Once again, Vesuvius the Destroyer is also a protector. The fall grape harvest is underway, and Raffaella's father Gaetano leads a team of friends and family through a vineyard of the local grape called Biancalella.
Sarà utilizzata per la produzione del Tramonti Bianco, che è il nome della valle, della DOC Amalfi Coast. E poi le migliori uve saranno anche utilizzate per la nostra riserva bianca.
After the grapes are picked by hand, they are transported to the winery, where they are destemmed and crushed. At the end of the day, the crew gathers for a harvest feast and toasts to their good fortune.
For 100 years and more.
And here, they have much to be thankful for. Today, the Amalfi Coast is a peaceful place, but it was once home to the warlike Republic of Amalfi. At the peak of its influence in the 11th century, the seafaring city-state competed with rivals Genoa, Pisa, and Venice for dominance in trade across the Mediterranean. Though its power waned, it continued to thrive as a center of handmade paper production. Tucked into the back streets of the town of Amalfi, straddling the river Canneto, Cartiera Amatruda is a small family-run business that maintains that legacy.
Amatruda is the last paper mill in Amalfi. My grandfather has a good idea during the 20th century to continue producing a paper, not a commercial paper like the other paper mills, but a paper that could reproduce the old characteristic of the handmade paper in the 13th century.
Paper was invented in China more than 2,000 years ago, and the process has changed little since. A slurry of wood or cotton pulp is spread out onto a mesh screen. The dense mixture is then pressed between two pieces of linen cloth and dried. Simple, but done slowly and with care, the result is world-class paper. The Amalfi Coast sun-drenched slopes are also home to the famous lemon-based liqueur, limoncello. The local lemon is called a sfusato. and Mariana Carbone tends to a small grove high above the sea. It's early in the season and the lemons are still a little green, but they will be perfect for her homemade version of the sweet liqueur. First, she peels off the oil-rich zest, leaving the bitter white rind behind. The zest is put into pure alcohol and left to sit in a cool, dark place for 5 days. The mixture is then filtered through a cheesecloth, and a simple syrup is added to the alcohol.
Chin chin, grazie.
Homemade and delicious. Across the hillside from Mariana's home, at the beautifully restored Monastero Santa Rosa, Chef Christoph Bob puts lemons to use in a dish featuring an unusual pasta shape. This pasta is not traditional at all, but was created by food designer Mauro Olivieri. It's called campotti. Olivieri based it on the local pasta shape called pacchero, redesigning it to optimize its volume to surface area ratio.
So it's got actually a big surface without being a big piece of pasta.
The chef makes a simple dish from local ingredients, taking advantage of the pasta's particular properties.
It's important when we make the pasta sauce that the pasta and the sauce goes together.
He starts by infusing olive oil with fresh herbs. The oil is mixed with white wine and tossed with the cooked pasta and chopped spinach.
Lemon from our garden. That's a local lemon, so they're a little bit bigger.
Classic Amalfi lemons are added. Then prawns.
Yes.
And pepper to finish.
And my fresh spinach with a nice pasta. Here we got the campotti pasta with fresh baby spinach, prawns, and Amalfi lemons. Bon appetit.
From afar, the Amalfi Coast appears to be nothing but cliffs and rock faces. Up close, small coves and beaches reveal themselves. But this place truly belongs to the sea. It has given life to this land for as long as people have dared to cling to its steep slopes. Costabile Laudano is a local fisherman. He and his brother own a restaurant in the tiny seaside village of Conca dei Marini. Here, they serve what they catch. Today, Costabile is checking on his shrimp traps. He hopes to get a few pounds for the evening's diners. After pulling them up, they are rebaited and thrown back in. Costabile returns to shore and brings the shrimp to the kitchen for the evening's customers to enjoy. In Naples, thousands of years of history pile up in a frantic urban space, filled with life and energy. Naples is not an open-air museum. It's the living room of a big, sometimes messy family. And the Amalfi Coast is a true natural wonder, where the sea and cliffs kiss the sky and nature is enhanced by the works of man. Close your eyes, feel the soft breeze of the sea, and dream of Italy.
Small group tours, local experiences, behind-the-scenes access. Viator has spent decades finding activities in over 1,500 destinations around the globe because we believe vacations are called vacations for a reason. Your only job should be to choose between the Pinot Grigio and the Sangiovese. Decisions, decisions. Viator. Travel with an insider.
Traveling to Europe is about more than the destination. It's the journey. It's discovering new experiences. It's history and culture. It's awakening all 5 senses. Ama Waterways River Cruises.
Perillo Tours, helping Americans explore Italy since 1945.